I don't know how you can watch this and not conclude that the performers are pedophiles.
It's just for dances, for costumes, and just everything else. I just love it.
People don't understand the differences between the club scene or the adult scene of drag. We know that there are adult movies and there are children movies. There's adult music and there's children music. Mainstream drag, as I call it, it is done in the clubs, it's done in the bars. It's an adult venue, so kids aren't going to be there. So they're going to do things that are adult-like, right? They're going to have cussing and maybe songs with, sex words and sex innuendo in it, to where what we do is our songs are safe. There's no cussing, there's no sexualization, there's no sex talk in it. Our costumes are family friendly. And I know that's a big question mark for a lot of people right now. How do we know it's safe? Come.
Hello, children. Hello, hi. That's the energy I was looking for. Woo! How do we feel about reading today? Yes?
Yes!
Okay, I think we should select something to read. Let's see. Cinderella? Who cares, right? Made up story. Our solar system. Yeah, right. The Earth is flat. Thank you. How about Unwoke? How to Defeat Cultural Marxism in America, written by Ted Cruz.
Nice.
Well, I think we all learned a lot today. What do you think?
No, we learned nothing today.
Well, there is more in the book. I couldn't get through all of it today because we only have an 8-hour school day. So I thought I would give you all copies of Unwoke to take home, share with your family, friends. All right, kids, those are your books. You can do whatever you want with them.
Okay, we can do whatever we want, yeah? Yay!
None of this should be about whether or not drag is something everyone should like. It shouldn't be about whether or not drag is something everyone even accepts. It should be about whether or not something is really about protecting anyone, not just children, anyone. Right now in Tennessee, I can get a gun and carry it around in public, but I can't put on a fucking wig. On my second offense of doing drag in Tennessee, I could become a felon. A felon! And as a white, rich drag queen, that scares me. How do you think that people of color and trans women who are people of color who do drag feel? I mean, they might not get a fucking second chance because police do not treat those people the same. When I started doing drag 15 years ago, it was kind of safer and more legal than it is now. How is that happening? How are we moving backwards? I'm here to tell you that I can't even say all drag is good. All drag is not even interesting to me. Like, to say all drag is bad for kids is to say all movies is bad for kids. All music is bad for kids. I guess I want to start this conversation by saying that I think people give drag too much credit. Like, I know drag queens. I've worked with drag queens for 15 years. Drag queens can't even make it to stage on time. They can't even get their music on a USB. Drag queens are not plotting. Drag queens are only plotting how they're gonna get to the gig, how they're gonna make some money by doing the least work possible, and where they're gonna go with their friends after the show.
A wave of anti-LGBTQ bills has been introduced in Republican-led states, spreading fear among those in the community, including drag performers.
NBC News correspondent Antonia Hilton spoke to performers in Tennessee, where a statewide ban on drag shows was passed in March.
For me as a drag queen, the more inflammatory cross-dressing becomes, I like to poke the bear. I like the idea that someone will see me in this and be like, ugh. I like that. Like, if the world got so progressive that drag wasn't even interesting, there'd be like no gas in the tank for me.
That is funny to think about. Like, drag is kind of only interesting because of how conservative it's gotten, because there's nothing shocking about this if it wasn't taboo to a large majority of people.
Even drag queens sometimes sit around in dressing rooms and go like, we are not even that interesting. We are not worth taxpayer dollars legislating against. We're not. I just kind of feel like, are you bitches for real?
Yeah.
Don't you have potholes to fill? Like base level things.
Yeah.
We aren't us. I don't, and by the way, we're also not a monolith. I don't want to read to kids at the library. I don't. I never have and I never will.
Yeah.
But I don't think that no one should. Like when that was happening, or, like just 2 years ago, I sold out a show in Florida, and I remember the governor calling the venue and forbidding them to serve alcohol. to adults. 3,000 people on like a Wednesday night couldn't get a glass of wine. They came home from work, put on an outfit, and came to the theater to see a show, and they couldn't even get a beer. Because what? They're gonna flip out and be gay? I don't like.
I'll go you one further. You want to ban drag show readings to children?
To minors, yes.
Why?
Why?
What are you protecting?
Why can we prohibit children from voting, those under 18 from voting?
Why are you banning?
Also that.
Is that free speech? Are you infringing on that performer's free speech?
They can continue to exercise their free speech, just not in front of a child.
Why?
Because the government does have a responsibility to protect.
I'm sorry?
The government does have a responsibility in certain instances to
What's
protect
the
children.
leading cause of death amongst children in this country? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not drag show readings to children.
Correct, yes.
So what is it?
I'm presuming you're going to say it's firearms.
No, I'm not going to say it like it's an opinion. That's what it is. It's firearms.
What do you think is more dangerous to the country, drag or guns?
Drag, for sure.
How come?
It's poisoning the youth.
Into a mass shooting at Florida State University. A memorial now honors the 2 people killed and 6 others injured.
On a college campus, a faculty member at North Carolina Chapel Hill killed. The school was under lockdown for 3 hours as police searched and eventually arrested the suspected gunman.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. A crowd of people demanding change to gun laws swarmed the Tennessee state capitol today, urging lawmakers to act immediately in the wake of Monday's tragic school shooting in Nashville.
Released by media in Texas, it shows more than an hour of inaction by law enforcement in Uvalde as a gunman killed 19 children and 2 teachers.